All right, what's going on, everybody? Sensei Lewis here with a got a live session I want to bring to you guys. All right, we're going to be the topic we're going to be addressing is the importance of effective striking. Right, the importance of tactical striking. Okay, so I'm gonna be using Bob here behind me, and we'll get into the importance of tactical striking, striking with a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So we'll deal with some of that. All right. So let me just make sure the camera angle is right here. Okay. All right. Let's see. So let's see Bob facing you guys. So I think I gotta raise it up just a little bit. Let me see something. What could I use to get it up just a little bit more? Hold on, guys. Just hold tight. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get this up a little bit. All right, how's that? It's a little better? Yeah, okay. All right, so let me see. I'll bring Bob down a little bit. Okay, all right, and let's bring him a little bit closer. And I'll have it from this angle here. All right, so the importance of effective striking, right? So in other words, a lot of times if you see inexperienced fighters, right? If you see inexperienced fighters, let me see, is it better if I come over here? Maybe. But the lights, not so much. I see too much light in the background. Let's see. Is that good enough? Or now is that too dark? All right. Okay. All right. I think you guys can see better. That looks a little better to me. All right. So again, so like you know, if you watch people in fights, in basic fights, right, who have no skills, you'll notice that the people are just throwing punches, right? Just hitting you in the face. Yeah, it may, you know, it may, if they catch you the right way, it may hurt you. Yeah, it could do damage to your face and you know, puff your eye up and all that. But it doesn't really stop the threat. You see what I'm saying? Does it really stop the opponent from coming at you, right? Because you just hitting them in the face, right? Now you may, if you catch them, if you get a lucky shot, yeah, that may work. But a lot of times when you watch fights, guys are just swinging, right? Hitting and wasting energy, right? Unless somebody gets tired and or one of them catches you with they had the intention to do so, right? It was more so just based upon lack of skill and you just got caught. But as a martial artist, and what I teach my students in particular, is that when you strike, you want to strike with purpose, right? You want to be very tactical in your combat. You're not just randomly throwing kicks. You're not just randomly throwing punches. You have a purpose. You're looking for targets. You want to eliminate the threat as quickly as possible. So that takes strategy. That takes purpose. It can't be random. It can't be haphazard, right? So let's talk about a little bit about that, okay? And another thing too, the importance that you understand that your hand can be used in different ways. It doesn't have to always be a clenched fist, right? It doesn't always have to be a clenched fist. So I'll give you a few examples, okay? So if I'm in combat with somebody, right? Again, you don't want to just be throwing random punches, hit them in the face, hit them in the head, and wasting energy, right? You want to be able to stop your opponent, neutralize the threat. So that takes hitting certain targets, hitting in the jaw, right? You hit the person in the jaw could be a knockout. Boom. You can knock them out with a jaw strike, or at least get them dizzied and wobbly by striking the jaw, right? Another area the nose, right? You strike the nose. And again, it doesn't have to be with a closed fist. You can catch the nose with a palm strike. Palm strike, right? Boom. It's painful right here. It's right in the center of your face. So it's a good distraction. It causes pain. You hit it right, it could break the nose. It could cause the eyes to water, right? It just jams the person. It's a good way to jam it. Boom, right in the nose, right? The eyes, again, doesn't have to be a closed fist to the eyes. Your palm, right? You could palm strike into the eyes. Palm striking into the eyes. Thumb into the eyes. Fingers into the eyes, okay? Another way, the temple, right? So if you're gonna strike, if you're gonna be striking, look for the targets, right? If I'm trying to hit you, I'm not just gonna be throwing random strikes. Boom, aim for the temple, right? The temple is also a good place to knock him out. A good, powerful temple strike here. Another thing that people don't look for, the ears, right? The ears, a good open palm smack, a good hard palm smack to the ears is also a good way to affect your opponent, right? Again, that'll cause that dizziness, right? Not necessarily knock them out, but it'll definitely cause dizziness. It causes the ears to ring. It could cause, cause them to be in a state of confusion. But that's another one. You can just a good, hard air smack. Boom. Cup your hand and pop them right in the ear. Either one or two. Okay. So this is just the head. If you want, if you're in a combat situation, boom, right in the jaw strike, eye strike, nose, smack him in the ear, 2 ears, right here, fingers. You can even just swipe the eye. He gets close to you, swipe the eye. That causes distraction, and then you can do whatever else needs to be done. Okay. Also notice you can use your elbows, right? Doesn't have to be just your hands. Elbow striking. Boom. Here, elbows, right? Elbows also affected, okay? Again, besides just the punching and the palm, you got your knife hand strikes, okay? Boom, strike to the neck, carotid artery area. Side of the neck is good, right? More deadly to the throat. Strike it in the throat area. Chop it to the other side, cut the carotid artery area of the neck. Right on the sides. It's very painful. Also can cause some confusion to the opponent, discombobulation of the opponent. Right? Again, this is just dealing with the upper body of your opponent. Striking here. You can also use your forearms, right? Forearms is a good strike. Right? If you watch that fight, there's a fight with Ronda Rousey when she lost her title, right? If you saw the strike that took her out, her opponent caught her with a kick right over here in the neck. You saw they slowed it down, caught her right here in the neck. And that took her out. That knocked her right out, right? So the same thing, you can do the same thing without kicking. You can use your forearm. Your forearm is also powerful. Boom, a nice hard to the neck right here. You can knock your opponent out just the same with that same type of force, same type of strike. Of course, the leg is harder, but your forearm is very powerful because your body is coming behind it. And you can knock your opponent out the same thing. All right. So again, the purpose of this is not going to be too long a video, but the purpose is just to get you to understand, especially for my students or people who watch, or anybody, just anybody who wants to be an effective fighter or you want to effectively defend yourself. Your job is to eliminate the threat, right? Eliminate the opponent. And if you're just wasting time throwing random punches, it may work, it may not work. So you want to be more strategic in your striking. You want to make sure, you want to have the direct, clear purpose that you're eliminating your opponent. And it takes proper and tactical striking. So if somebody's coming at you immediately, boom, right for the jaw. You want to train yourself to go for those targets immediately, right? Train yourself to look for those targets, whether you're a fighter, right, or whether you just want to defend yourself if somebody's attacking you. Train yourself to be aware of the targets and to look for the targets when a situation arises. Never just throw random wild punches and kicks. Aim for the targets: the jaw, the eye, the nose, ears, both eyes, right? But again, always have the targets. Always make sure that if something happens, if you get into a fight or somebody's attacking you, right? I block, boom, right to the jaw. Block, bam, right to the eye. You see? Nose. Right? Always have purposeful targets in your self-defense. Okay? So that's basically it. We could also take it down to the body, right? It's the same thing when dealing with the body, right? Never just throw random strikes at the body, right? Have targets. The body, you got the ribs. You got the floating ribs over here on the edge, right? Same thing, I can take my palm strike, hit him in the ribs. Of course, I'll be doing other stuff, but those are areas that can hurt the person, right? Coming up in the floating ribs area. Sternum, solar plexus, right? Those stomach muscles right there. Either solid punch, palm striking. You can bring up your knees on it, but again, same thing with the body. Make sure you have targets. Don't waste time just throwing random strikes and hitting them up. No, aim for targets that you know are going to effectively slow down and, to be quite honest, hurt your opponent, right? The way to stop that threat is you have to cause pain to the opponent, right? It's not about, especially if they're the attacker, right? We deal in self-defense. So we're not telling you to be the aggressor, but the reality is that in order to stop that threat, you have to cause the pain. You have to cause that pain to that opponent, or you got to stop them by incapacitating them, knocking them out, injuring them so they're injured so bad that they cannot continue to attack you, right? That's your purpose as the person who is in the right, as the person who's in the self-defense mode. The threat needs to be eliminated by either one of those means, right? And of course, depending on the veracity of the attack. So it's either going to be, we're going to either slow the person down by causing, like I said, causing them to get dizzy. You're going to knock them out with certain blows that'll knock them out. Temple, the jaw, that neck strike, right? It cannot continue on you. And of course, the ultimate is if the threat is as very deadly, then you may have to meet deadly force with deadly force. Okay? And there are things with that too, right? If somebody's coming real deadly, boom, right to the throat. A throat strike could be a deadly strike, depending on how much force you use. Or at the least, it'll stop them, right? If you hit them in the throat, it stops them, choke them up. But again, if you do it with too much force, it could be fatal and deadly. But you have to use the proper amount of force to stop the force that's coming at you in order for you to keep yourself safe. All right. So like I said, just a short video talking about the importance of tactical striking, being strategic in your striking. Remember, just watch some of these street fights that you see, and you'll see the difference between the skilled and unskilled, where people are randomly throwing stuff and nobody gets taken out. You want to be the person who you want to be the one who has strategy, right? You have purpose in your strike. Bam, see that right to the jaw. Practice that, right? Practice aiming for the jaw, temple, the eye, nose, boom, ear, or just like that. Take somebody with a hard smack to the ear, bah, right? Right to the ear. It's painful, and it could make the person dizzy, right? So those are just a few things that you can do there. All right. So we'll go ahead and end it there. I want to thank you all for watching. Remember, if you appreciate the lessons, right, we bring this to you of our own free will, but if you appreciate the lessons and you want to show your appreciation, go on ahead and make a donation to the links in the description of this video, PayPal, and see what you got. What's this? Okay, yeah. All right. So we'll end it there. Appreciate you for watching. Those who watch it later, appreciate you as well. Take care.